Recently, while on an errand near my home in Baltimore, I came across a church sign for the Pleasant Hope Baptist Church. Some signs I find inspiring, others I find, frankly, terrifying. This one was in the former category. It said, "With God, there are no dead ends, only possibilities." The sign resonated with me then and continues to resonate with me as we journey further into this Holy Week with its culmination on Easter Sunday. According to Merriam-Webster.com, a dead end can be both a verb or an adjective. People speak of a dead-end job lacking any opportunity for advancement. I use dead end as a verb to direct visitors to my home, as my street dead ends in a cul-de-sac in which my home is located. Yet I am most familiar with the term dead end in the context of the church sign. A dead end is defined not only as something lacking an exit, as a street, but also as, quote, a position, situation, or course of action that leads to nothing further, unquote. In high school, I read the play Huis Clos, No Exit, by French existentialist playwright Jean-Paul Sartre. In the play, 3 people, a man and 2 women, are punished throughout eternity by being together in a locked room. I remember how disturbing it was to read that play, not only for the challenge that it posed to my youthful faith, but for the grain of truth found in one of Sartre's most famous statements from that play. He said, "L'enfer, c'est les autres," which translates to being hell is other people. Sometimes it's people who erect spiritual, emotional, even physical dead ends on others. And for people facing those dead ends, that can be literally hell on earth. But then I remember the sign in front of the Pleasant Hope Baptist Church. And then I remember Mary Magdalene's sorrowful visit to the tomb 3 days after the crucifixion of Jesus. Although the term would originate centuries later, in 1880 to be precise, one could describe Mary as one believing that life was a dead end for her. She was a woman. And in that time, she had undoubtedly experienced many dead-end situations in her life simply and only because she was a woman. Not only that, Mary also suffered, according to Luke's gospel, from being possessed by 7 unnamed demons. Then Mary met Jesus, who not only healed her, but affirmed her for who she could be and showed her possibilities for a life that she had never dreamed of. But now Jesus was gone. She had witnessed his execution. And that early Sunday morning found her weeping at the tomb because she believed that her life was coming yet to another dead end. But then Mary heard the voice of one she initially thought to be the gardener. And when he said, "Mary," she immediately recognized the risen Christ, and new possibilities for her life began. Central Atlantic Conference. Easter is an emphatic reminder that with God, there are no dead ends, only possibilities. With an exclamation point, Jesus echoed what Gabriel proclaimed to his mother Mary with his annunciation of her very improbable pregnancy. Gabriel said to Mary, "For nothing is impossible with God." Despite all the dead ends people face in the world, caused by evils of hatred and bigotry and greed and dividing schisms of all kinds, I fervently believe, my friends, that proclamation holds true in the world and for us today because of the risen Christ. As the body of Christ also, we are called to live as a resurrection people. We're called to unleash God's possibilities for the world and everyone in it. There are far too many people believing that their lives are at dead ends. whether they are women in places where they are denied the fundamental right to make decisions about their bodies, whether they are transgendered people targeted by legislation denying their personhood, or whether they are families grieving for loved ones because of yet another mass shooting. It is up to us this Resurrection Sunday to enable people to see and to recognize the risen Christ in our midst, so that, like Mary on that first Easter Sunday morning, new possibilities for their lives can begin. May we do so, my friends, this Sunday and all the days to come, for the sake of the gospel, for the sake of the world. May your Resurrection Sunday be filled with the life, light, and hope and possibilities found in the resurrected one. Central Atlantic Conference, may you and yours have a very blessed Easter.